KVM Media. KVM Media. Unleash your creative potential.
And we are back, KVM Media family. I'm Karabo Majola. I'm still with an award-winning actress, this is Samela Tyelbooi. I'm not butchering her surname. You might know her as Usis Ayanda Majola. Ngoba lelo gama alisuki, but uluyi kumete na yakasuki.
So many years later.
So many years later. Do you experience that, by the way?
Yes.
Yes,
like 10 years after Society, the last season aired, people were still on time. Yeah, go to Society, guys. Yeah, no, that thing was proper. And he's like, and I'm like,
and
not
you
in
know,
my power.
You know what's interesting? You guys still look the same.
Oh, bless you.
Non-care. Like you look younger. I remember when you came back. Well, no, when you first aired on Generations in 2018. I was sitting with my sister. I was like, my God,
No, thank you.
I was sitting. Was like, and my sister was like, we are born like she doesn't age.
Oh wow.
She still looks the same. And
Uzandile
still looks the same. I'm missing Usisulele. Don't know where she's. Yeah.
Still the same.
Still the same.
Still the same.
I mean, cool kisses.
I think it's okay. We can say it's genetics, but also we grew up at a different time.
Yeah.
The diet is not the same as what kids are consuming now.
Yeah.
It's actually scary to see.
Yeah.
And so I think that's been part of our good fortune. And also we obviously taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I am anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
take care of it.
These scones look delicious.
But by the way, we offered her some scones and she was like, I'll take some for my kids, but
let's not mess around.
I want us to talk about the fame that came with playing Uluwi Kumeti. The fame, that role was big. Now you go to the malls and you go everywhere. Apo ya corner. Were you expecting that?
I wasn't prepared for it. I'll be honest, because I think I was just high on the fact that I get to do this. Are you kidding me? So the one day I'm in a supermarket and this old lady is on some. Let's go to win. And
I remember.
And I was like, oh no. And I was so afraid. I was like, see, I hope I don't one day come upon someone who's like smacking me, who wants to smack me. Because I had heard such horror stories. This is Pamela Nova. Exactly.
And this other time I was listening to this lady, I forgot her name. She plays Upriti on Skim Sam.
Oh my God.
And she was saying in an interview by this old lady came to her,
oh man. People really get invested. They get invested in the stories. And I must say props to South African actors and actresses. It really means you are doing your thing.
You make it
People
believable.
buy into this and they believe it and they live it.
And that's what artistry is about. If you're going to sing, if you're going to present, if you're going to draw, if you're going to act, let us believe what you are doing.
Absolutely.
Sure. Now, season 1 came to an end. And now the reality that came with the entertainment industry, rather the reality of the entertainment industry hit you.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
It wasn't all pleasant. I'm not gonna lie. The first season was the pilot season, so it was 4 episodes long.
Yeah.
This was a learning experience for me. By the time it came onto our screens, the money was spent. Lesson number 1.
Yes, that's the common story.
The money was spent.
That's the common story.
And as excited as the producers were while we were shooting this thing, because now what they can see was, and oh my God, it looks amazing. You guys are going to be, you are going to be so busy. People are going to love this. You guys are going to.
Yes.
I started believing it. I was very naive.
You're gonna MC
I was very naive, like I'm gonna walk off this set onto another one. Scripts are gonna be sent to me left and right, like woo!
You're gonna endorse products.
We're going up.
Yes.
This thing came onto our screens. Yes, then the people started to see it, and it was great. But the reality was, I'm still hailing taxis.
Mm-hmm.
No shame in that. Shame, really, honestly. It's just I didn't expect that it wouldn't translate as quickly as I imagined it would, right? And also, I was unemployed for a very long time. After the first season of Society, I had to actually find a job in the IT industry again.
Again, yes.
I had to. And I remember meeting one of the producers, and she was like, Sam, how are you doing? I was like, no, I'm back in IT doing my 9 to 5 now. I'm a quality assessor. What? And she said, there's no shame in making an honest living. I was like, yeah, no, I agree. I'd rather do that than be broke. And you know what I mean?
But now, I feel like now it becomes different.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yes.
yeah.
No, it's there. And I worked in a group. I worked in in an office where a group of us were just, it was an open plan office.
Yeah.
And obviously having on the first day, you sense people are like, what is she doing here?
Yeah.
I don't think she belongs here.
And the industry.
What, are you not acting anymore?
Superstar,
No, I am. So I had to sort of be sly about it. I was like, no, I'm acting, but guys, I have an IT qualification too, so I don't want to let that gather dust. I was very sly about it.
Nice. I see that.
I was very sly. And then I thought about, if I'm going to be ashamed of taking my 9 to 5 job just because now I've got some sort of fame, what am I saying to other people who, yes, might be hoping to break into this industry, this arts industry, but are having a difficult time? What am I communicating to them? That there's some kind of shame in doing an honest living. And I know a lot of us had that experience of, please just go study something so you have something to fall back on. Hey, man, my something to fall back on came through for me.
It came.
It really came through for me.
I was going to ask you that, Uguti, is it important to have a fallback plan within the industry?
It's safe.
Mm-hmm.
It's safe. I would never say don't study drama or I would never ever say that. There are things that you do have to go into training for.
Yeah, we're still going to talk about that.
Right, but it's good to have something that you can use, even if it's going to be the side hustle or the main hustle while you pursue the arts on the side. However you want to work it, there's never a bad thing about learning.
Yeah. I love that you're saying this, right? Because I was having a conversation with my sister.
Yeah.
And I was literally educating her about the reality that actors and actresses are facing within this entertainment industry. Ugba, Pela, she was telling me that she saw an actress that I will name equally takes. She was in the same takes with this actress. And nam kaloku, I'm studying film and television.
I've been there.
Wanbuza uba karabo kanti lento injani ndithi kuye, once this thing airs on television, the money is finished.
Yeah.
Because you're getting paid whilst you're shooting, right? You're getting paid per call. So I literally had to educate her, and so that I wish South Africa can have, a bit of
some
grace,
perspective, and grace for artists.
Yes, for artists, because it can get too much. Number one, you are famous. Number two, people have these high expectations. And all what you wanted to do was to just tell a story and to fulfill your passion.
Yes. And, it can plant some very unhealthy seeds.
Yeah.
In terms of now, if you feel like you have to live up to this perception of what it means to be a celebrity or an actress or a musician, people expect you to be living the high life, to be rich. I've seen people honestly say, guys, I'm broke, help me. And people are like, oh, yeah, and you're like, but guys,
let's
come
be
on
fair.
now.
Let's be fair.
Come on. And we're in an industry where we don't always get paid royalties, even though the things we've been in have been playing
and
repeatedly.
They've been repeated. And apparently, ni famous go Kenya.
Do you understand?
Ni famous go
if I could make money in all these different currencies, where
because I think several actors have tuned into many interviews, and I've heard actors say that they would go to other countries and they'd find that they are
people
famous
know them.
there.
Yeah, someone was saying, we love you in Jamaica.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, and I heard Umutlatsi Mafatsi say the same thing.
Yeah.
Shucks.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, exactly. I would never judge anyone for feeling like they needed some qualification to fall back on or to support them while they're pursuing acting. It can't be a bad thing. We can't all wear all these hats. Some actors are producers or directors or writers. Not all of us can wear these different hats within the same industry. I love acting with all my heart. Maybe one day I'll be directing, writing, producing, and I'll be the Tyler Perry of my...
Yes.
So,
yes.
you know.
And I was listening to Osis Vatiswandaga say exactly what you've just said. But I'm not a producer. I'm just a performer. I'm just an actress. I love performing.
It should be okay. We should be able to make a living just off of that one thing.
Just want to act and that's it.
Exactly.
Yes. So now season 2 comes about and you're still in the show, still playing the same character.
I had to quit my job again for season 2.
Yes. Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Yeah, no, my boss, I was like, hey, there was this thing I did 2 years ago, and now they're coming back with season 2, and they need me for like 7 weeks, and then we're going to go break and then do another 7 weeks. So he was like, I'm sorry, Sam, this is not your father's company. You can't
just keep coming.
I was like, I'm happy to go, take unpaid leave. Because I've been burnt, Moss, after season 1 being unemployed. I don't want to go through that again.
Now, I want to ask this quickly. How long did it take to shoot season? Like a season, how long did it take?
Season 1 took a month to shoot. It was just 4 episodes. Season 2, it was split into 7-week period, 7 weeks. And then we went for a break, and then it was another 7 weeks. How many episodes was season 2, Gonje? I think it was it 13 or 26? It was season 2 and 3 combined. Yeah.
So now that explains the unpaid leave that you were requesting.
I was prepared to take unpaid leave. I just wanted to know that I have a job once we wrap on Society, because again, you don't know how long it's going to be before you get another acting gig, right? I had experienced that before. I was like, hey, I don't want to go through this again. But when my boss said, like, look, no, Sam, I can't. It's not fair to the other employees. It's not your dad's company. I was like, okay, well, consider this my notice.
So you had to
I'm
quit.
out again. Yeah.
But now, how did you ensure your financial stability and security?
Honestly speaking, I had to rely on my parents a lot heavier than I would have liked to. And at the time, I also just had to be prepared to take on whatever jobs I was able to take. If it's I think I had 1 episode on 6 Tips for Girls. I did a cameo on 6 Tips for Girls. If my friend needed me to come help her with continuity, or I was going to take any job, when I did Society 2, I was like, okay, now I'm really committed to this thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this back and forth thing. Kabalaza, one leg here. No.
Yeah.
Let me just make a commitment and find how whatever avenue I can grow in within the industry, let me take that on.
And then from there... one job after another, maybe.
I mean, it still took a while. And I had to be very patient. I had to just, be humble and just accept that this is my journey. This is my journey. A lot of people would say how I came in my first year, Generations, and then the lead role. That's like an overnight success story. Whereas there are people who had been in the industry and had yet to see a lead role. So I couldn't take such things for granted. And I was like, you know what, just be grateful that you are somehow able to still live within this industry,
You became part of the Winnie Mandela.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But, you were the part of the season, or rather the
film,
the film that Jennifer Hudson,
Terrence Howard,
right?
And Jennifer Hudson,
right?
Yes.
It must have been exciting.
Oh, extremely. Are you kidding me? This is the first time I'm now seeing international stars of that caliber, ne?
We're still gonna go back there, ne? But I just wanna and the phone man. I don't get entirely excited when such films, or rather what such stories are being told by people who are not from our country.
I hear you.
Who have, actually seen and experienced this.
I hear you.
If it was up to me, you could have been Umama.
Bless you.
You could have played that role. If it was up to me. We're not demeaning Mrs. Jennifer Hudson.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I understand.
Because number one, ngumxhosa. Number two, you look like her.
Really?
Literally.
Are you kidding
Am
me?
I
When
wrong,
he was-
guys?
Woo!
Look
When he was
at
gorgeous.
Umama when she was young, right? Look at Umama when she was young. She was gorgeous.
Oh, that's a hell of a compliment. Thank you.
She was gorgeous, and that's exactly like you look like her.
Wow, thank
When I was telling you, I was like, but, yeah, it was an exciting film. Let's own it up. This is it's not our mother tongue. It was an exciting film, right? Our story was being told.
Yeah.
Exciting, nice. And you also got an opportunity to work with these, Hollywood stars. But Nakona, I feel like, what do you think about it? Because it's an entire conversation that South African actors are having.
Yes. Obviously representation is great. It's important. But I think maybe now it's changing because everything is so much more exposed now, right? But I think it's also a case of, the producers, the people who are putting the money forward need to have some guarantee that there's going to be interest in watching this movie. And one of the ways in which they try to ensure that is to make sure that they've booked Jennifer Hudson and Terrence Howard, like they booked Denzel Washington, or they booked, Morgan Freeman. All of our political figures have been played by international stars most times. And I think mostly it comes from, we need to make sure that when this breaks in cinema, people are going to be like, yeah, Morgan Freeman is in that, I'm going to go see it. And he's playing Nelson Mandela. Okay, maybe that doesn't make sense, but I'm still going to go see it because it's Morgan Freeman. And yes, we might feel some type of way about it, but I grew to eventually understand.
Mandela.
I mean, look, we're breaking into international spaces too. Look at Tusombe, do what she's doing. She played Cora.
Yes.
And the Underground Railroad did a fantastic job on that. And I'm sure Americans also felt some type of way about, look, couldn't they have cast an American? It works. Now it's starting to work both ways. Now it's starting to work both ways. They've got something to say about European actors playing Black American roles.
I was also watching the biopic film Selena Quintilina Perez. I'm not sure if you know her. Jennifer Hudson.
Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez. So,
yes.
She mastered that role.
Yeah, that was one of her best.
Her best in 1997. But still, there was that, argument that why are we having her instead of someone that understands, the language and who comes
from.
There's
a currency that comes with the name, There's a type of capital that comes with the name. So and so and so and so. And we're working towards that, Nadia. I'm not going to look, I'd be lying if I said, I don't know, some top producer, if they came to me and said, look, we'd love it if you could play, I don't know, some iconic figure from America, and they said you've got the Lucas on. I'm not going to say no.
Let me recommend Tandy Newtown.
Oh, Tandy Newton. There you go. She's played American.
Yes.
She's done European.
I think you could nail Tandy Newtown. I think you could nail that character. Then you got to play a struggling musician on Rhythm City.
Ah, yes, Shadow. Shadow was nice. Shadow was nice. Yeah.
Did you relate to her somehow?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I had tried most to break into the music industry.
Yeah.
Really just sort of on the outskirts and on the fringes of it, because the duo I was a part of, we were doing music at the time. People always compared us to Le Nubians, or they compared us to Flowetry, or maybe because we were two female vocalists. And we used to sometimes feature at these sort of hip-hop nights, festivals, where it would be a lot of rappers.
Yes,
and then we'd go there and sing. But people liked our stuff. We were working with Nyams, who produces music for a whole lot of hip-hop artists. I mean, Kenzero was looking after us. I think if we had stayed the course, we could have done something great. But, the acting is what worked out for me. And eventually we just had to, part ways. Music is very hard to, It might not be the same now, I don't know, but music is hard to break
So
with.
it was not hard for you to actually prepare for this character.
No.
Reference someone maybe because
No, I
you
could
were
relate
the person.
completely.
Yeah, you
I
could
could
relate.
completely relate. Going to gigs
Yeah.
and hoping that someone relevant is going to hear you and see you and maybe change your life, only to discover that everyone here is hoping for the exact same thing. And you're like, you know what? I have a whole IT degree.
Yeah. Then a character that is far-fetched from, who you are was given to you. Unolutando. On losing the rat.
That's my girl.
Unolutando.
Yes, I love Noltan.
We're still gonna talk about the international award that she got. But I want us to talk about losing the rat to the story. I mean, when Kagiso Medupi wrote the story, it came from a personal space.
I'm not sure, actually.
I understand. No, I was listening to an interview that he had with David Mashabela and on Kaya FM.
Yes,
he was talking about the story, how he related to the story. Like how it came from such a personal experience and how emotional it was for him. And he also was working on a low budget, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, they had to make magic happen for that movie to be shot. Yeah.
Pera, he had to call Umam Konichume.
Sell his house.
Sell his house.
Everyone was like, no, I'm in. I'm in. I remember when he said to me,
yes,
Sam, you're going to be in this movie. And I was like, yeah, you can't afford me, fine, but I'll be in the movie. I was not kidding. Kahmo's is my brother. I would do anything for him. Yeah.
I was about to ask that, Uguti, like, were you one of those people that got the call? Because I remember he was saying that Mapaseka Kwetle was one of those people that said, you know what, I'm in. Don Mlangeni. Datu Chirimu Fugain.
I mean, incredible.
Amazing.
Molepo, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think that's also a testament to who Kagiso is. Because you don't just throw your weight behind someone and decide to go, I think a lot of people could have been part of that project just for the free food, right? You know what I'm saying?
Those are powerhouses.
No, that's not right.
Yes.
We want to get paid. Please make no mistake, ne?
Yes.
Always, free food is not payment. But I'm just saying it's testament to who Kagiso is as well. That so many people were willing and we're gonna make this thing happen for him, and obviously because we believe in the story as well, and it's such a relatable story. I mean, so many men, I'm sure, watched it and they were like, ish, these people are talking about my life too loud right now.
And you say that you love the fact that it was far-fetched from you.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because, no, Tando, I love her so much. I had to dig into those parts of me that are not likable. Mm-hmm. Those parts of me that we don't want to be horrible people. Mm-hmm. We are raised to be good people, nice people, well-mannered people, well-intentioned people, at least towards another person. So when you meet someone who doesn't give a damn, they are who they are and they express themselves and they know what they want and they're not afraid to say it. This is so refreshing for me because I grew up being one of those people. I edit myself, I filter, my thoughts before they come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Because it's not easily acceptable, right, to be a horrible person. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to let my inner BITCH shine. She's going to flourish here. You can get it out loud too. I thought that one out loud. She said this one out loud. I couldn't. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I had so much fun.
Wow, you played it with so much grace.
Thank
with so much grace.
Thank you.
Truly it's far-fetched from who you are. And I think most actresses do want to play those roles. Like they do want to be the villains, because it's quite spicy, man.
Apart from that, but as human beings, we have all of these things within us.
Yes.
Sometimes you're good, sometimes you do bad things, even though you are a good person.
Yeah.
And I think also as actors, what we try to do is to humanize our characters. Nolthando might have been a horrible person and she did despicable things a bunch for so many years and lied about it. And, you know, after he did everything he could, when he suddenly things didn't work out, she was like, You know, there are people who do this in life, but they are also on their journeys. It's like, I didn't do it because I hate you. I wanted a better life for myself. And since you weren't going to be able to be part of that anymore.
Also, it's a pathology. It's a pattern. You know, like I'm learning so much from watching Ian Lavanzan's Fix My Life.
Oh.
And I'm learning that hurt people hurt other people.
This is true.
And people don't just do things. Bad people don't just, no, in fact, in bad people. People don't just do bad things. They're simply reflecting on who they are. And some, you find that they didn't know better. Therefore, they can't do better.
Yeah, there's a whole environment that you're groomed in.
And I think Nolutando is one of those people.
Yeah. It's either she reflects her environment or that is what made her want to be completely different from the environment that she came from. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You grow up in poverty and you do things that show an impoverished mindset. Or you grow up impoverished and you do things that are, you know, going to build a clear divide and separate you from your past as much as possible. You know, it's pathologies.
But now, this character won you the grand jury Best Award Actress in the featured film at the Idlewild
Film Festival in California.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's an international award-winning actress.
Thank you.
How did you find out? By the way, where were you? What was happening in your world that day?
We went. We attended the film festival.
I want to know, how did you find out about the nomination?
About the nomination?
Yes.
How
did you receive the news?
Gafmo told us. They were like, hey, so we have 6 nominations and these are them. I was like, oh. And then he's like, we're going. So I was like, yeah. I don't even care if I win at this point. I just want to go.
Right.
And then I won.
The time he had to sell his car. You know, he had to go through so much in order for that film to come about.
Yes.
He had to literally give you guys free food. And
no, Shag, let it be known, he paid us.
Yes.
He paid me. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, he did. Yeah. He paid me. Oh, yeah. And we went to LA, attended the film festival, and Chimulo, who played Lerato, young Lerato, she won an award as well, and then I won the Best Actress award.
Sure.
It was intense. It was intense, and this is just one of those things where you go, you know what? Maybe in my small world, I'm doing my thing, and I'm just happy to be able to do it. But then you think you're doing something small and inconsequential, and then someone in California calls your name.
Recognize.
Isn't that insane?
It's amazing.
I love our industry. I love our industry. You think you're here, but the reach is over there.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes. It's absolutely incredible. So how did it make you feel? Like, what did that say to you? The nomination, you winning the award, the entire thing. Like, what did it say to you as an actress? I'm thinking about this is your third aha moment.
Yes.
The first one was the stage play. The second one was the invigilator saying, you should consider this. Then in many
Third one was that this is very much within your reach. Yes. Not only that, but you are actually living it now. You need to stop living like someone who bought a pair of shoes a size too big because they're going to grow into them next year. Yes. You are wearing your shoes now. Yes. You are wearing your shoes. This is an International Best Actress Award. One of many to come, right. I declare.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I declare. So this affirmed, Uguti, you are on your path. Yeah. This, and honestly, what did I have to do in order for this to happen? Nothing. Just live my dream.
Right.
Just live my dream, and everything kind of just aligned.
Yeah. And also, you know, saying yes to the divine.
Saying yes to the divine. It did not matter in that moment that I came from Grahamstown, where people still ride ikaris etongi, guys. Yes, they do. it didn't matter that that's where I came
But
from. Do you understand? People, it didn't matter that that's where I came from. I was in California receiving a Best Actress award. Nobody cared about where I came from. And so this is important for me in that I want to make sure that every young girl, every young boy out there who has dreams that seem outlandish and outrageous, they know that their dreams are valid. Not only valid, but that they're possible.
Yes.
Your dreams are not only valid, they are possible. Best Actress in California tomorrow. It's valid. It's valid.
Promo, we are creatives, so we just wanted to show you some of the work that we do. KVM Media House is the name of the podcast. Welcome back. I'm Karabo Majola. I'm still sitting with an award-winning actress, Samela Tyelbooi, aka Ayanda Majola. Kodwa abanye benu nisambiza ngoluyi kumete.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Bebe sithi Louis. Manje sisebalungwini sithi Louis. Yeah. Last year during the SAFTAs, Utatu Jerry Mofokeng wa Makgetha. I have to stay, yeah. Jerry Mofokeng wa Makgetha. The legendary Jerry Mofokeng says he accepts his award. Then he goes on to say, producers, casting directors, please cast performers, actors and actresses, not social media influencers. As an artist, as a performer, as an international award-winning actress, what's your take on that?
I have to say, I appreciate that he expressed that. He spoke for a lot of us. You know, you say something like this and it's like, woo, Gonjen, if you gatekeeper, you don't to open up the industry. Talent is talent. Wow. But, you know, people don't seem to want to acknowledge the fact that this is not something, it looks like something that anybody can do. Because these are trained and seasoned professionals who are able to make it look so easy and doable.
Yes,
right?
Make it believable.
And having put the work and invested the time into the skill and built on whatever natural talent you have, surely should put you in a position where you are ahead in line when the time comes for, you know, the picking to be chosen. But now, because someone is more popular than you in whatever fashion is relevant at the time, that's what seems to matter more, because producers just want viewership. More than it seems they value the story being told in nuanced ways that professionals are able to, you know, execute and so on. Look, and it's not even something that's happening only within acting.
Yeah.
Models.
Yep.
You used to see magazine covers only with models on them. Endorsements of perfumes and fashion houses being endorsed by models. Now that's being done by actors and musicians. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Me being an actor and knowing that I love to do DIY furniture, I can go and get a builder's warehouse sponsorship. There's someone who did in woodwork who would truly appreciate this kind of endorsement and this kind of backing. But because Samela was able to put a YouTube video together where I showed how I remodeled my kitchen from a grey wall to smoke.
Yes. That's that.
Builders' warehouse is now after me because do you understand?
Yeah.
Where someone who has the technical know-how of what goes behind getting a wall to look like this, you've got to rhino light it, you've got to polyfill and nobody cares because nobody knows who they are. It's happening in a lot of industries, and unfortunately, I don't think, or fortunately, I don't know, I don't think it's something that's going to change because we're now forced to find ways of getting extra money, because now gone are the days of having one income that is enough. Yeah,
true. And many performers are going through so much depression as a result of them being exploited, number one. Number two, the bad treatment they receive on television sets. And that is a reality. That is the truth.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I can't say that I've had experience of ill treatment on set at work. And I can't say it's because I'm special or anything like that. Maybe I just haven't had the misfortune of being on those sets.
I appreciate that.
But I have heard of such stories, and, it's unfortunate that happens. Yeah. Healthy environments make for good work to be done.
I love that, because you are telling your truth. You're telling your truth just as it is.
And I mean, even if there are things that are, less than favorable, it's not always within my power or I'm not always in a position to do anything about them. The one time where I felt like I could do something, I did. I walked away from a job that I felt was not right. It was just going to perpetuate exploitation of artists, and I didn't want to be part of that. So I walked away from that job. Yeah. But unfortunately, there's always someone who's prepared to take it because they want to work, they need the money. Yeah. And I don't judge anyone. It's just unfortunate that we are we're in a time where someone is going to take advantage of the fact that there's always someone who's willing to do it for less. There's always someone who's willing to do it for a free meal. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Is couch casting real?
I also have not experienced couch casting. Yes. It is unfortunate, to hear that it is a thing that happens. One of the things that upsets me about it also is that as you grow and climb up the ladder in your career, if couch casting is the norm and you've decided now this is not something that you're going to do to get ahead, you are still going to be one of the women who has this shadow cast over you. There's no one at that level who has not done this thing.
Yeah.
Whether you've done it or not becomes insignificant at that point.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. I'm not judging anyone who felt that they could do that, but I do think I don't appreciate it for the fact that now you've perpetuated something that's incredibly unhealthy and toxic.
Yeah.
And even those who have managed to escape it are thought to have done it, even though they haven't.
Yeah.
And why should it end if someone's always willing to do it?
Do you feel recognized in South Africa as an actress, considering the fact that you were spotted in the States, right? Mm-hmm. But you only got nominated in South Africa in 2017 with It's Complicated, the role that you played on It's Complicated. Considering that, do you think you are recognized enough for what you do in South Africa?
That's such a tricky question to answer. I feel like I get the recognition that I have, and I'm okay with it, because also I don't really have an issue of entitlement where I feel I should be. I must walk in the room and then. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've never been that kind of person, at least not for as long as I've been working. It matters more to me that whatever recognition I get must be for the work, not for the stardom. And that being said, who's to say anyone is getting the recognition they deserve in this industry?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. I'd never thought.
And if I'm not getting the recognition that I deserve, why am I any less deserving of such a misfortune than the next person who's also not getting? There are so many amazing actors and actresses who I feel could be celebrated more. You know, and I think a lot of us maybe are experiencing that, and so I just let me just do the work, man. Or you like it, give me an accolade, pay me more, and let's keep it moving.
Uza kanjani kaloku uAyanda Majola?
Oh my God!
Uza kanjani?
Oh,
2018. Let's go back there.
So I had this audition, and I was like, there's still a lot of controversy around Generations after that whole.
Oh yes.
Right, but now some time had passed, and I was hoping at least the dust had settled.
And it had.
And I was also hoping that no one was being judged for having taken a job.
Yeah.
Because we are artists.
Because many people were attacked. But how?
Right, and I actually thought that was incredibly unfair. I appreciate that there's a side of artists that is also activism.
Yeah.
But then again, we have children, we have bills to pay.
Yeah.
And it's unfair and unrealistic to think, Uguti, I'm going to, maybe me, I can starve, but then to see my children starving, wow. Do you know what I mean? So I really don't appreciate that people get judged for the jobs that they take.
Yeah.
But that being said, anyway, I auditioned, I got the part of Ayanda Manchola, and I was like, I'm back on television. But
Right?
now as a
This
lead, I
time
was like
as
a
a
full
lead.
circle.
This time
It was
you're not
such a
cleaning your
full
sinuses.
circle, moment. And I was
Yeah.
very excited to now experience it in this way.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, I was very pleasantly surprised. Things are done there at such a high level
Yeah.
that because of the experience that I had had in the industry in the years leading up to that, I obviously still had my feet on the ground. But I was still quite excited and blown away. Wow, there's like really special attention that's paid to like every detail about you and how we're building this character, your wardrobe, your hair, your, what nail polish, what color I can have on my nails. It's these are choices that I can make, but there's serious collaboration that happens with these departments. And oh my goodness, the wardrobe department, they make the clothes. They make, every time you see an event at Generations where I'm wearing a ball gown, they made that. They didn't buy it, they made it.
That is beautiful.
Like 90% of the time. It's
It is
handmade. It's gorgeous stuff. So Ayanda Machola has been she's definitely the most glamorous character
Yes.
I've ever played. And I love
Sure.
that because
I
my
can
first
see.
character, I was like, I couldn't even have makeup. My hair, I was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I was not pretty at
Yeah,
all as
yeah.
low
Hey,
as.
but
So now Ayanda's
Ayanda-
like, all my vanity gets to flourish. I love it.
Yeah. And you guys seem to be having so much fun there.
Yes.
It's just not so long ago, Beneza Abo
Oh, no.
Manaka.
Yes, one day my children are going to see that and go, Mom, what were you doing?
What were you doing? And
What
you're
were
like,
you trying to do?
And it was you, Nobani.
Myself, Manaka,
Yes.
Muzi,
Yeah, I think the
Kumutso,
only person that was
Six,
nailing the
I
it was
nailed
Six.
it.
Yeah,
and
she nailed
Manaka
it.
also got it. She also got it. See, that's why I was very
I went
strategically
again,
placed
Gasimba.
at the back, behind someone where the camera
Yeah.
could only see me like that much.
It was you
This was
and-
all done. Like, I planned it all.
Yeah, you and Usis Homozo
Oh, she's
Christopher.
so adorable. I love her. But I was like, they can't really see, but they can see. But I can't really see.
But the two of you were like, yeah, so
He's not make sure.
and it's not
Yeah.
make sure. You seem to be having so much fun.
Very much.
How's the
We're a very
relationship?
close cast. We love each other. We get along famously. I love this. We really just want to do the work. And the environment that we have and the relationship we have amongst each other is such a lovely, mutual respect.
Yeah.
You're here to do your thing. I'm here to do my thing. Let's see how we can do it together, and enjoy it as well. We enjoy each other. We're really family. We're really family. Things that are out of our control are out of our control. But as cast, together with the crew, the people who show up there every day, they really do give it their all.
Yeah.
I have such a healthy respect for someone who comes, shows up, and gives what they can give, And that's what makes me go, no matter how I'm feeling on any given day, I have no right to make that person feel like, why did I come to work? Let me not be the one that makes you feel like that.
Sure.
No.
Hayi kodwa yena uYanda uyamdlala ke
Oh, thank
because she's a mother, she's a businesswoman, her love life is quite interesting.
What a mess. I love Ayanda. She's complex. She's a
very
person.
complex. Yes.
She's a person. She has good
Yeah.
intentions, makes
Yeah.
bad decisions.
But what lessons are you taking from her? What lessons are you taking from Wayand?
You don't have to be what the narrative is about you.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. You don't have to be.
Whatever the narrative is about you, you are not your narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what Ayanda embodies for me. She is not her narrative. I sometimes go through the comments on
Yeah,
social media
yeah.
on our post on
Oh,
the
I
Generations
hadn't
Select.
published.
And I'm like, they really hate my girl. But she's got a heart of gold. Yes, but
Yes,
shame, she doesn't always She's got really good intentions, pure heart, but
Yeah.
at the 11th hour makes the worst decisions. And isn't this what people do sometimes?
Yeah,
We're complex.
Yeah, we're very
You're a
complex.
good person, but you've done some things that you're not proud of.
Yeah. But I'm not remorseful of, because they make me who I am.
learn.
You learn.
You learn, you grow, and
Yes.
hopefully you do better
Yes.
going forward. But this is part of being human. We're not one-dimensional, not in our personalities, not in the way we present. We are multi-dimensional beings. And I love the complexity of Ayanda because that's what she shows.
Now, having a character on a soapy means that character gets to evolve, grow,
Yeah.
change.
Yep.
There are so many things because this is a person's everyday life
Yes.
that is being portrayed on television. How demanding is that for you? Having to get having to get notification she's going to divorce Lodata and she's going to Oganye, she's now going to be a Karabo Moroka.
Having a Brooke Logan face, a Karabo face. Wow.
We are introducing another polyandry go Ayanda.
It can be demanding, obviously, but as an actor, this is my job. This is my job. And I have to be able to explore those spaces within me that can relate to whatever her decision-making process is that leads her into these, situations.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing Ayanda or her story any justice if I go, I am married and I am faithful to my husband, therefore I cannot play this woman who cheats on her husband. No. That's not very helpful and it's not realistic. And yes, I'm very much deeply rooted within my convictions of having a faithful marriage.
Yes.
But who's to say that one day I might find a reason or find the thing that a lot of women have pointed at and said, that's the thing that made me look, in that direction.
Yeah.
We're human. We experience anger that makes you feel homicidal, but you don't go out and kill someone.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
A lot of my guy friends will be like, yeah, no, I'm committed, but I can still appreciate a beautiful woman. You can notice.
You know how I interpreted it, or rather, you know how I describe it?
Yeah.
No matter who you're committed to, you are bound.
You are bound.
Whether you are a guy or you are bound to be attracted to an opposite sex or a same sex or whatever.
But how you've made promise.
But the narrative gets to change when you act based on that, forgetting that you've built a wall of trust with this person.
Exactly.
And now you're going to compromise all of that with a complete stranger.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's how I describe it.
It's exactly that. Yeah. I agree. So having to find the humanity for Ayanda in order to be able to tell her story. That's how I'm able to get through these things and meet the demands that this character has on me as Samela, as a person, and then not go home feeling like I don't know who I am or, taking it out on my family and all of that. No. This is a character that's been written, but she's a human being. I have to treat her as a human being because I'm telling the story of a person, not the story of a paper with words on it.
Yeah.
No.
But now paint us a picture of how it looks like, acting on a soap, like how demanding it is time-wise, like how your day actually gets to look like when you get to act on your soap.
It varies, but typically, let's say on a full day, my call time would be like 6. I'd have to be in my makeup chair like 6:45.
Yeah.
And that takes a while.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Makeup, hair, it takes a while. And then
I have to say this. First time I saw you, I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That makeup was so perfect. That hair was so straight.
Highly skilled people do this work.
Yeah.
Highly skilled. Me, in my own bathroom doing my own makeup, you'd be like, Sisi Shia Lisheli apa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Just leave it to the professionals. No, they are highly skilled. And I don't envy the work that they have to do because sometimes my skin is not skinning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes my eye is doing funny things or whatever. But
And you
they
have to-
try to match us perfectly from day to day. So on a typical day, I'm in the makeup chair by 6:45, wardrobe, and then I have to go on set. Depending on the number of scenes I have to do, like it can sometimes be like 12 scenes in a day. So you're in and out of studio a lot. Sometimes you're in studio for scenes back to back, 2-3 scenes back to back. So you don't get out until you finish those 3 scenes. That can be like 1.5 hours even.
Yeah.
You know, but generally on a soap, things move pretty quickly because you've got a number of things on that page that you need to put in the can before you can wrap it up for the day.
Yeah.
But I've got to give it up for the crew at Generations. These guys are efficient.
Right.
They are efficient, from the director who's got to do the blocking with us, to the guys behind the camera, to the guys operating the lights in the booth, the sound. They are efficient.
Can I name them? Oprah Archie.
Bonakanye, Chingo, Brazo, Brativo, Tepi, Tepo, Toby, Arnold.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, our directors, they are
Arnold
amazing. They are amazing.
Yes, we need to give them their flowers.
They are
we
amazing.
need to give them their
they are
flowers.
amazing.
Yes.
The art department,
Yes.
Mamweti,
Yes.
oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
we need to give
I
them
love
their
them to
flowers.
bits. And every day, without fail, they show up
Yes.
and they do the darn thing. No matter how they feel, you won't know how they feel.
Yes.
What matters is that they've gotten through it, they've done it, and you'll never feel like, hey, Ubani is a bit frustrated.
Yeah.
No. You're going to get the environment that you need in order for you to do what you got to do.
First time I walked,
Every day.
into the set, and they were like, okay, and there was something I was looking for. They were like, maybe Bra Archie is going to. Is it Archie Moroka? Oh, literally, my mind went.
Gosh, are you serious?
And I went the guy and I'm like, oh, Bra Archie.
Oh, wow.
We love you, by the way, Bra Archie.
Yeah, we do. We do.
4 a.m. in the morning, you meditate.
Yep.
4 a.m. in the morning, you meditate.
That's when my alarm goes off and I'm up.
Yes. Yeah.
I spend time with God.
Yeah.
You know, I give myself that 30 minutes. It's important. It sets the tone for the day. I make my deposits of gratitude because honestly, yes, I'm a clever girl, but I can't say I did this on my own strength. I got here by myself. There was definitely some divine manipulation and intervention happening along the way.
Divine favor.
Must give thanks, you know, and just fix my attitude for the day, approach it with the right mindset, and then it's off to the job.
But now, what does spirituality, or rather, what role does spirituality play in your life?
It's a very important one. I have a growing relationship with God, and I'm not someone who's going to like drop a Bible verse on any given moment. I haven't yet gotten to the part where I've memorized it that well. But I have a growing relationship with God. I acknowledge Him as the sovereign, you know, holy Trinity. I believe in Jesus. I'm a Christian. Let me put it like that. And I know we're in an industry that maybe sometimes people don't want to acknowledge this, and a lot of bashing comes your way if you acknowledge that you're a Christian, because it's also in African. What about? And look, man, just leave people to do what they do. It's okay. We all have our own moments of reckoning. And when I've had like little ones along the way in my life, and I'll never be able to deny God's power and His presence and His hand and His grace in my life.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
We have to take a moment. Now, you just said you're not the type to drop a Bible verse. And I was like, ish. I wanted her to tell me about her favorite,
my favorite Bible verse.
Bible verse.
In all things, by prayer, by petition, give thanks.
Oh, that is Philippians
You see,
Four.
he knows it, but he wants me. Now me, I'm going to say, I think that was in Matthew. But I know it says give thanks. But do you understand? So yes.
Philippians 4
in
verse
all
6 to
things,
7. My favorite
Just
verse.
submit it to the Lord in prayer, give thanks. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That is my favorite verse, because sometimes even the things you think are working against you in life, they are stepping stones and they build you up. And you look back and you're like, God, at that time I thought, no.
Yeah.
You look back on that now and you're like, if I hadn't gone through that, I don't think I'd be able to.
Right.
I wouldn't have the muscle and the form that I have and the fitness that I have to sustain this position I'm
There's
in.
a
Right?
stepping stone.
Right.
Yeah.
You were being built up. You were being, that was your boot camp.
Yeah.
And now you're here.
That was God ordering your steps.
You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
You had
so
to
give
go through that.
thanks. Give thanks for everything, even the things that don't look so great. You know, because you don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Just trust.
I want to go back to the singer.
Oh my gosh.
I want to go back to the singer. What genre do you sing, by the way?
So it was like an R&B hip hop kind of if you, and really people always compared us to the Nubians and Flowetry and
Flowetry, you're Jill Scott.
nah, you see that was
Vibe.
that was what we were doing. Yeah. And I mean the producer we were working with, he's a hip hop producer.
Yeah.
So you know, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So it only made sense that that would be the kind of genre we were in.
Mind
Tupac Black.
giving us a line.
Oh my God.
A line, yeah.
I see what you did there. I see what you did. Gosh, do I even remember?
Can I recommend a song that I was listening to this morning?
Yeah, okay.
By Jill Scott.
Was it?
He Loves Me.
Do I know the lyrics? You love me, it's specially different every time you keep me on my feet.
Whoa.
Happily ignited by your cologne in your hands, your smile, your intelligence. Oh my God! I can't believe you guys make me sing.
I'm serenaded. My heart is serenaded. What?
I don't even sing anymore. I only sing in the shower now.
Sure, there's that. I don't know. There's this is it gymnastic or what?
What, the vocal gymnastics?
Yeah, gymnastic that you threw. Shoo.
Yeah.
I guess Wow.
I think we should get to the studio. He's a producer.
Right, he's a producer. He's a producer. Hence he knows
That's
these
how you know
DJs and yes.
And DJ Kenzir.
Yes. I am blown. Literally, I was listening to the Beyonce version of that song because I love how she interprets the song. Yes. Right, back in 2007, and I was listening to that. I'm like, "Ish, right?" It's one of those songs, but I don't care who's singing it. I just love it.
Yeah.
And whenever
Also, what you're saying is I could have done crap right now, but because you love it.
No, don't get me wrong. I was thinking, don't get me wrong. Don't get. So you posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
You once posted on Instagram. I just want to quickly go here before we wrap it up.
Okay.
You said hashtag WCW, guys, I'm a mother of 3 beautiful girls.
Yes.
One of whom was born 3 weeks ago. And today we celebrated her sister's first birthday.
Yes.
This life is full of miracles and blessings, COVID or no COVID. So I'm assuming this was during COVID. Right?
Yes.
So it has been the craziest 3 weeks of my life, having 2 babies within a year of each other never made it on my list of wildest imaginations. Yet here we are. Every moment is epic. I can only give thanks and glory to God.
Yes, that is true.
What do you see when you see your kids, your 3 little girls?
Miracles. Miracles. The firstborn is now 25. I had her when I was way younger. So these two, yes. So the secondborn came. I remember when my firstborn had her 21st birthday.
Is it a she? Oh, it's a
They're all
she.
girls.
Sorry, I just said.
So when my firstborn was turning 21, the secondborn was 6 months old. So there's like literally a 20-year gap between my first child and my second child. And then between my second child and my third child.
in the city, Johannesburg nights. KVM media, we're lighting up the lights. Deep house beats, they're pumping through the air. Feel the rhythm in your soul, forget all your cares. Tropical vibes, the temperature is rising. KVM media, we keep the party energizing. From the rooftop bars to the posting dance floors, we're making memories, we're craving for more. Johannesburg nights, oh what a sight. KVM media shining so bright. We're the beats that make your heart ignite. Come join the party, let's take flight.
And we are back, KVM Media House family. I hope you enjoyed that promo because we're going to have more promos coming, okay? I work with creatives, people that actually do wonders with regards to editing, camera, bona, angisebenzini in the edwa. I work with amazing people. And I'm still in conversation with an award-winning thespian, you know, Jonga, Silapa. Samela Tyelbooi is in the house.
I'm having fun.
All right. Well, thank you so much again for staying around.
Thank you for having me, guys. This has been amazing.
Right. We were talking about your 3 miracles.
Yes.
Your 3 miracles, and you were explaining that you got your first child 25 years ago.
Yes, she's 25 now.
Yes.
And between her and my secondborn is a 20-year gap. So my
yes.
secondborn is about to be 5 this year, and my lastborn is turning 4 this year. So the secondborn and thirdborn have 11 months between.
Yes. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what lessons are you taking from your 3 miracles?
You can't control life. You know,
Can't control life.
you've got to live life. You know, controlling life, because this is why there's a 20-year gap between my firstborn and my secondborn, is because I was still trying to establish myself in the industry, make sure that everything, I've arrived, I've got the money, now my career is settled. So now then when that is all sorted, then I can have a family.
Yeah.
Before I knew it, 20 years had passed. Before I knew it, my firstborn was 20 years old.
All right.
And then I was like, now when is this family going to happen? If I'm waiting for it to be perfect, for my life to be perfect before, I'm like, no, I've got to live my life.
Yeah.
I can't want to control life. Yes, there are certain things you should control. Definitely try to plan having your children.
Your children, yes.
Because they do deserve a good life.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
They do.
So I'm not saying don't plan having your children.
Yeah.
Please do plan having
Yeah.
your children.
But you can't control life.
But you can't control life completely. Some things, you know, when I learned that I was expecting my second child, I hadn't actually planned. And when that happened, I had just started working at Generation. So now I was scared. I've just started this job. And now I discover that I'm expecting a child. What do I do? And I was like, but Samela, you want a family.
No.
Why would you not be happy about this? You know, if it's going to compromise your job, there will be other jobs. You've lived this long,
No.
hoping for things to be perfect before you can continue to have a family. And maybe this is God's way of saying, hey, wena,
Yeah.
your perfect and my perfect are not the same thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying this is the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay,
Yeah. that part of your life, actually, what you've just told me, this story reminds me of History Ska Sisulele Tukumalo. She talks about the same thing, but now she there was a period in her life where she had to take a break and raise her kids and be there and be present. You are raising 3 girls. And we can all see how the society is like towards girls and how it's unsafe for them, you know, within our environment, within South Africa.
Yeah.
What are some of the fears that you have?
I have the same fears every parent has, you know, who wants to make sure that their children are safe and protected, you know, and secure and are still able to live a healthy, wholesome life within the environment and the structures that we create in order for that, you know, for them to stay safe and secure and protected.
Yeah.
I have the same fears that maybe one day someone is going to try and hurt my children.
Yeah.
That I might not be able to protect them from everything. You know, and maybe I'll have thought about these things and I will have found a way to protect them against these things. And then something completely unexpected can happen that I was not able to foresee. You know, I have the same fears. One day I send my child to school and they don't come back. Unfortunately, many parents are living this reality right now.
Are healing from
not
that.
knowing what has happened to my child. Whether you arrive at the closure of, okay, somebody did this and now, or you just don't know. They disappeared and nobody knows where they are. Are they alive? Are they? I have those same fears.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do.
Sure. And from time to time, you mention your husband.
Oh, yeah.
From time, I want us to go there, but I want to know if it's safe.
It's safe.
It's safe.
It's safe.
But what, in your opinion, what makes a good successful marriage? What is that special recipe that actually makes? I know there's no recipe for marriage.
I
I've
think
heard that many times.
for ours,
For
mine
yours.
and my husband, it's a willingness to let each other be who we are. Not let, because I'm not asking for your permission. He doesn't need my permission to be who he is, but for us to love each other through that. Whoever he is, I love him regardless. Whoever I am, he loves me regardless. He would rather I am who I am. If I'm angry at him, let me be angry at him, rather than be like, oh no, I can't. No, it's fine. No, I must express that I'm angry if I'm angry, because then we are working with the truth. That is one thing that he and I expect and love and appreciate within each other, is that what your truth is, you are expressing it. I'm going to try my best not to judge you for it, because ultimately I want you to be truthful and honest with me. And if I'm not giving you a platform that makes it safe for you to be truthful and honest with me, then really what am I asking for? What am I doing? You know, that's one of the things that I think works for us. We also give each other the space and the encouragement needed for us to each thrive in our respective careers. He's a musician. So we both understand that these are non-traditional choices of career. And we need to sometimes be a little non-conformist and unorthodox in the way that we live our lives, right? Because unfortunately, being an artist means you can't always plan things. Sometimes something happens and you've got to be ready to go now. So he and I we have space for that within our relationships. We also appreciate that we get to enjoy things that other people don't get to enjoy. Like on a Monday morning, I can have a breakfast date with my husband. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
that's what
that is
being
beautiful.
artists allow.
That is beautiful.
We also get to understand each other that, we're artists. Sometimes we're broke as hell too. And we laugh about it and we continue.
But if you know about this better again, but why didn't I do my research on that? Because I also, first of all, I wanted to know if it's safe for us to get on that, to jump that bridge.
I mean, I don't generally
respect
talk
that.
about my personal life,
because
so
I noticed that.
understand.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
But what, like, ngifuna ukwazi ke ngaye as a singer. I want to know the singer.
No, he's a
Yeah.
musician, so he
Mhm.
plays an instrument.
Oh.
He'll do like sessions for other musicians and program music and things like that. So he's not in the limelight.
Okay, all right.
I'm not gonna
'Cause
tell
I was
you his
gonna
name.
ask. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask.
But
yeah.
he is a wicked musician. I'm his number one fan. I'm like one of those who's
Is
like
it? What
prepared to throw
instrument
my
does he play?
underwear at him. I'm one of those.
Oh, okay. We can't.
He plays the guitar.
No, let's go
You
back to
can
that
edit out. Yeah, he's a guitarist.
Oh,
he's
is
a
it?
guitarist.
Which
He's a
guitar does he play?
Mean guitar. He plays lead. He plays rhythm,
Is it?
electric, acoustic.
Oh.
He will Jimi Hendrix and George Benson the hell out of that thing. I know. He's amazing.
That is
It's amazing.
That is amazing.
He's amazing.
But people evolve. People grow. People outgrow each other.
Yeah.
People go through phases, and
Yes.
how do you ensure that you stay committed, even though you may have
Through the
that,
growth?
yes, through the growth, the evolution, and everything else.
Well, hopefully we're growing together.
Oh, that's
But
beautiful.
in that, it doesn't always happen that we are growing together. I might be experiencing something that is obviously going to result in growth. And he goes through those times as well where I'm not going through them. So it can happen like this, but we have to always remember to be gracious and graceful towards each other. We are people. As much as sometimes I annoy the hell out of him, I'm sure. He knows me too.
Yeah.
But with everything being driven by love and coming from a place of love, I don't believe there's a space that he and I cannot, navigate together. Because at the root of our relationship is love for one another.
Yeah.
And if, God forbid, it should be that we cannot be together anymore, I can still continue to love him. He can still continue to love me the same way, I can have things and speak well of the father of my firstborn child, even though we're not together. I still wish him well and all of that.
Yeah.
I don't have to be his enemy.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So if, God forbid, anything should happen to my husband and I can still treat him from a place of love.
What have you learned from love? Or rather, what is it that love has taught you? What
It's
lessons?
the most powerful thing there is. Love is the most powerful thing there is. There's no force greater than it. When love has you within its grips.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about romantic
love, yeah.
We can talk about the love you feel for your
Yes.
children. Honestly, as a parent, I can tell you there's nothing my children can do that would make me stop loving them. That's how powerful this thing is. My husband, as much as sometimes I frustrate him, he frustrates me, and we maybe don't always get to express ourselves in the best way, that love is what helps us to somehow work it out and move forward together again.
That is beautiful.
Love is a powerful thing. Love can motivate you to do things that you don't know are within you as a person.
Yeah.
But out of love, you literally can actually take a bullet for someone
Yeah.
because you love them.
You love them.
You can starve yourself
Yeah.
for someone
Because you love them.
You
Sure.
can do all of these things. It's not far-fetched to see what the Bible says about love and think that you can live that way. You can.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, that is
That's why I think
beautiful.
love is, there's
Yeah.
nothing stronger than or greater than love, honestly.
Yeah.
And God is love.
God is love. I
By
was
the
about to say. Before we wrap it up, I just want us to play a game.
Ooh,
Okay, wait.
as long as I'm not going to feel stupid. I like winning. Am I going to win?
No. It's
Let's
not
go
that type
win.
of game.
Oh.
Okay. How can I describe it? Okay, you have to choose one
Okay.
actress,
Okay.
because I choose actresses.
Okay.
Actress that you would prefer working with.
Okay, I've mentioned two. I'm
Okay,
gonna
wait,
name one
wait,
that I
wait.
haven't mentioned.
I'm gonna.
these are the rules?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna compare them.
Okay.
I'm gonna say two names and then you pick one.
Oh, okay. You're going to name them and I
Yes.
choose. Okay.
First two artists that I'm gonna name is Sibulele Qilichana versus Zandile Msutswana. Msutwana. Sorry.
Oh, that's not
I'm sorry.
fair.
Yeah.
I've worked with them both and
Yes.
I love them both. So
yes.
who would I
I did it.
Oh, you are.
Yeah. First, can you help me pronounce their surnames well?
Qilichana.
Qilichana Msutwana. There we have it.
Who do I? Oh my God.
Ngoba mina ndibazi ngama-rules wabo.
Usibu. Because I think there's a greater contrast between us.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it mean, ku?
Huh?
What does that mean, ku?
Kuzandile.
Kuzandile.
I think she and I, in terms of our profiles, are more similar.
Oh yes. Yes.
And I think with Usibu, there's a greater contrast between us. And so, the dynamic can be very interesting when you're working with contrast. And I'm exploring that part of my acting a little more.
All right.
Yeah.
Manaka Ranaka and Lelele Dwaba.
Manaka's crazy. I love it. Manaka's crazy.
The first time we met Mrs. Manaka.
Oh my gosh.
And let me tell you the story. So, she's funny. One thing about her is that she's funny. When she walks on set, you see Ulusi. Literally, when she walks around, going upstairs, going to the set, you see Ulusi. Minute, Kuti work hard for her, or rather, she's going home.
Yeah.
Literally, she switches off to someone else ungamaziyo.
Manaka. She switches to Manaka.
To Manaka. And then we were supposed, okay, we wanted to interview her on a project that we were working on at the time. You were part of that project. And we approached her and he was like, sure, fit is keep on. How's it? Nick ran with it.
Yeah.
I was defeated.
Oh, shit.
I was defeated.
She does that. She's
Yeah,
hilarious. I love her. Yeah.
Then there was this other time one and you speak and she,
I worried that we wouldn't get any work done though, because Manaka's it's so much fun to be in her presence. So I think it would be frustrating for the director and the producer, because it would be like, okay, stop, let's get serious now, please.
Yeah.
But I love her to bits. Yeah.
One, you've worked with her, but the other one, I'm not sure if you've worked with her.
Ulala, yeah.
No. The two that I'm going, yes. Ferry Jele or Cindy Latu.
See, that's not fair. I love Ferry, and I have worked with her.
Yes, hence
I
I'm
haven't
saying
worked-
one.
So now I'm going to say Cindy because I'm still curious about what that would be like.
Yeah.
But with Ferry, I mean, Ferry is such an incredible actress. You can't ever say one experience covers them all. No. But I'm curious what it would be like to work with Cindy.
Right?
Yeah.
Because she showed us
She sure did. Ne?
flames with the river. As a Cindy, I'm giving you your flowers, ma'am. Like, that was amazing. Also, no sis Ferry Jele.
Yeah, no, Ferry's insane. Ferry, and she's lovely. I love her too.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'd love to work with her again anytime.
Yeah. Ntati Mushweshwe. Is it Ntati Mushwesh or Mushwesh? Right? Mushesh, right? I want to pronounce it well. For the longest time, I've been saying Mushesh. Mushesh. And Mam Nambita Mpumlwan.
Ntati.
Ntati.
Yes. I'd love to work with Ntati. I've met her a couple of times. She's amazing. I find her on-screen presence intimidating, if I'm being honest. I'm a huge fan of both actresses. They are formidable. So it would be an incredible privilege for me to work with either of them. But
right? And then Talita Ndima or Zora Nombolo.
I've worked with both of them. I actually played basketball with Talita Ndima. We were on the same basketball team at tertiary. So I've worked with Zora. She's a hoot. Talita, this stuff, hey man, these are impossible choices to make. I think Talita, because she and I, we've worked together, yes, but not as closely as I have with Uzola. Yeah.
Okay, one last one. Florence Masibi or Pamela Nomvete.
Come on! on. Am I allowed to pick both?
No.
Oh, come
No.
on.
No.
That's not fair.
Oh, by the way, I miss Mrs. Florence on my TV screen.
Oh, she writes the most beautiful thing. If you're on Twitter X, called The Mending Hut. I'm hoping she's going to have like a full publication, that I can... Beautiful stuff. Please look it up. It's beautiful. It's beautiful for those on a journey of healing or revelation and gratitude. Anyway.
Yeah.
I can't have two.
Oh, Florence Massey.
Both. If they have to slap me, I give one this cheek, one this cheek.
Well, I'm gonna forgive you on that one.
Please.
I'm gonna forgive you on that one.
Thank you.
Should we go to the males or the males? Like Ngoba, I've been mentioning actresses. Should we go to the males?
Okay.
Samela Dandala, or I want someone that I think Siputla Sibokhudi.
Samela. I've never worked with Samela. Sputla was there when I started at Generation, so I got to see a bit of
you were
him.
at the Vashara media.
Oh, it's on social media. Yes.
Yeah.
So Samela, yes.
Yeah, Samela. I can't think of any. Okay, Palans Lala or Stumo Mjali.
Penance. I've met them both, and these are both awesome people. Your choices are so unfair. But Penance. Mostly because I think he's got an adorable baby brother vibe about him. I want to take his head and go do this too. I think we could do that really well. Yeah.
One last one.
Last one.
Okay. But Zolisa Kolova versus
This is very Boyo
Dabule.
I've worked with...
Yeah.
In fact, No, let me not say anything. Zolis. Let me not say anything.
Hey, he's incredible.
He is.
You're not taking anything away from him.
No, of course. Not
both
taking
of them
away.
are incredible.
They really are.
Uniquely incredible. Hey, but you put Zolisa.
Yeah.
Hey.
Rio's got a very quiet storm presence about him that I really love. And Zolisa, has a different dynamic that I also really enjoy working with.
I'm actually not being fair. Let me throw into the gents, actually. Let me throw into the gents, right? They must pick names of actors and actresses. They should suggest people whom you're going to choose. There's the very same game, the very same way I did it. Mpumzen, Stellinger.
Do I also have to explain why?
No,
I'm saying
there.
throw names at her, and then she'll have to choose.
Ooh, ish.
Bonkokos, yeah. Because I know he loves.
I love him too.
Yeah, he's obsessed with his work.
Oh, I forgot his name, but he just did.
Tabo Ramets.
Oh, come on, you guys cannot tell me to throw this jug of water at you. That is not fair.
Between the two. And this time we're not forgiving, and then you're gonna pick the actresses. We can go international, by the way. Yeah.
Okay. Can I have Bongo in a comedy and Tabo in an action?
Why?
Because this is what I want.
Okay. But yes, that's how versatile he is. Yeah, that's how versatile. He would actually do comedy and
to
work
with Bongo in a comedy
yeah.
and Tabo in an action thriller. That way I get to work with both.
Biabona, what we spoke
See what I
about
did there?
earlier on. Going back to Tabo Ramets.
Yes.
What I spoke about earlier on,
Yeah.
people telling our stories, our people telling our stories.
Yeah.
What he did with Kalushi
Incredible.
is exceptional. It's massive.
Right. Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
That is what I meant earlier on. But can international casting directors?
No, I think this is something that's going to happen, but our own industry needs to
Please.
have faith in
Yes.
our talent
Right?
first.
Yeah.
This is how eventually actors from Europe or Australia were able to, cross over into American media. They did their thing, and some obviously had to migrate, but others were seen from where they were.
Yeah.
There was no need for some of them to migrate to the US in order to be recognized. And I believe that requires our, practitioners and the people, the powers that be to, imali nayo, it can't always be the excuse. Sometimes you just have to be willing to do something. People have come from obscurity to winning Oscars. Thank you.
I think Obutkagiso Mudupi
Yes.
showed us that it's possible.
There you go.
Showed us. With losing Lerato, I think he showed us.
There you go. And that's what we need. We need people to really have faith in and invest in local talent.
In local talent, as well as, private businesses and,
Please
invest in South African films. We cannot keep on, being
the kind of
dependent
investment
on...
they give to soccer, can they give it to that?
Please. Because we can't be dependent on ENVF.
That's true.
You are a daughter, sister, wife, mother, friend, singer, and more. How would you like to be remembered as when you finally depart from this world? And I take this question from McG because it's very important. He's done that with most, artists that are no longer, and we often go back. And I felt that it's important that we do it on KVM. Shout out to you, McG, by the way. I'm referencing you when I'm by this.
How would I like to be remembered?
Yes.
As someone whose presence actually made a difference in the world. Someone whose existence made a difference in the world. And it doesn't have to be a difference or something that is noted publicly. It can literally be between me and you.
Yeah.
You know that I've somehow touched your life in a way that mattered to you and made an impact that you could then carry forward in your life. It doesn't have to be something that's written about in magazines and there are people who do that. But I'm saying if I'm remembered by someone, Samela, there's something she said or something she did, and I took it with me, and this is how my applying it to myself manifested. Yeah.
I would love to be remembered as someone whose
existence made a difference.
And she surely did make a difference. She surely did. She told us stories ka Louis Kumete. She told us stories ka Nolutando.
Oh yeah.
Many different females and many women have engaged and have connected with people that she's interpreted on our television sets. Thank you so much for tuning in to the KVM Media House podcast. Thank you so much to Samela.
I
have a surprise for you.
Oh, you do?
I told you, I'm saying
surprises.
thank you so very much.
What's that?
For being here.
This is the good stuff.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Premium brand, which I won't name. They're going to have to pay for this episode if they want us to actually. But, yeah, thank you so much. The other one,
I'm spoiling myself.
Right?
So this is like, oh man.
The other one is crunchy. Just know that the other thing is crunchy.
Can I show them?
No, because they have to pay for this episode. I think.
Actual.
Yeah, they have to pay for this episode.
I'm gonna enjoy it regardless.
Right.
I'm gonna enjoy
Please
it.
enjoy it.
Thank you.
Please enjoy the rest of your career,
Thank you.
your life, your husband, your children,
Oh, I will.
your career. Enjoy the best of the good.
Thank you so
And
much.
have the best of the good life.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys
We
for
love you.
having me. I've
Yeah.
enjoyed my afternoon here with you, and I pray for God's favor to rest upon you, for you to grow from strength to strength,
Receive it.
that you enjoy every success that you cast forward for yourselves.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see what you do. I'm here for all of it.
We receive it. We receive it. And that's it from us. Hanka Bwaya Pili. Mzabendi Mosha. Two languages at the same time. Bye-bye.
Joanna's bad nights. Oh, what a